Wow, hi. Hello, welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. It's not very windy, but it's a little bit windy, and I haven't got my camera stand, and I'm in a field at the moment in the mountains near Nerja. So the reason why I'm making this video, guys, is because I've been receiving absolutely tons of messages as of late for cleansing, blessing and clearing, but not of a home, of land. And that's a really interesting one. And it's funny that I was asked this yesterday, because I arrived here yesterday on the beach front and I slept in my mobile home, and I've come up here for a very special reason. That reason is personal, so I can't say, but what I can talk to you about today is cleansing. The wind's picking up now. Unbelievable. The wind wasn't even here a second ago for the past 20 minutes. It's incredible. So basically, the wind's died down again now, because when it gets very windy we won't be able to hear, will we? Okay, so it's a really interesting thing. About 10 years ago, I was asked to do a house cleansing, and the week prior to that, the reason why I was asked is because I did a shop cleansing down there. And the shop was an estate agent, and the beautiful lady in the shop had heard about my work and said, please, can you help? She wasn't in the best of places inside, and the business was, let's say, not doing very well at all. Okay, so probably months and months since she'd sold anything at all. I said, I don't know. I'll come and give it a go. Let me try. So I came up, and it was only a small shop, and she left the shop. I gave her a blessing, a cleansing, a healing session. She left, and then I started cleansing the shop with sage. After I cleansed the shop with sage, she sent me a message back not so long back and then said, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. I've got 3 sales coming through. I said, oh, good, great. So everything's good. She said, you wouldn't believe it. Brilliant. So it worked. Good. Well, from that point, she recommended me to another person who basically lived up there, up here, just about 4 fields on, and they wanted me to do a cleansing of their land because they couldn't sell their land. Now, I'd never done this before. This was the first time. I'd seen shamans practice the art of cleansing. I'd done a lot of work on the internet via one-to-ones, and helped people in Africa and different countries with land. So it's a real challenging subject because it goes so deep, and I'll explain why as we go along today. So it's funny that I'm here now doing this video knowing that only a few fields away I did a blessing on that land. Well, let's take this land here. Okay, so let me turn the camera around. So there's this land here. Let's say something's going wrong on this field of land, and the owner is struggling with one thing or another, whether it's the fact that you can't get planning permission to build a home or convert something or sell the property, whatever that may be. There's lots of different reasons why you would want your land cleansing and clearing. So here's the question: if you've got a garden or a piece of land, is it possible to cleanse that land? That was the question asked. So I can only tell you what my experience is. I can't tell you yes or no. I'm just telling you what I do and what I did. So I go with my little case, and in that case comes with me crystals. In that case comes with me sage, and in that case comes with me blessed water. Now, all you need to do is go on my website. You'll see them all there. The blessed water is only on Lemon House. So here's how I do it. I sit down in the middle of here for 20 minutes to an hour and meditate. Meditate to see what's going on. What's wrong with the land? What's wrong with the earth? And is there any kind of spiritual block that may cause the land to stay with the owner. So, because I do have this real truth that if you don't respect the land, the land will not respect you, and the land is nature, the land is spirit, and it has power, great power, and it can influence an outcome to its own protection, its own life, basically. So I remember a guy called me, and this was a really profound moment. It was a guy who was trying to build a property in Africa, and he said, Mark, could you just look into this, just attune into it? So I did. I tuned into it and then laid a few cards out, and then all of a sudden I said, you ain't going to build on that land. He said, why? I says, because it's sacred land and spirit will not allow you to do it. And I said, so whatever you do or wherever you've done, it will be blocked, it will be stopped, and things will go wrong. He said, my God, Mark, you have no idea. And this guy builds hotels everywhere. He tried to build a luxury hotel, and I said, it won't happen. It's sacred land. So I said, there's burial places there I can feel. And I said, it's just not going to happen. And if you want my truth, stop, put it back to how it is, leave it as it is, and say, this time you lost, but normally you win, okay? And you will be rewarded immensely in your future. And he did what I said, and he's done very well in his life. And he talks about this often, saying, you know, some things you can't, because he was a non-believer, but he came for a healing session and a reading with me, and he started saying, well, there is some truth in what you've said, and nobody else knew this, so maybe you can help me with this. He was actually going to fly me over to Africa, and I said, there's no point me coming, because there's nothing I can do. It's blessed land, it's holy land, it's sacred land. Nobody can, you know, should be really touching it. So I said, on this part of the land, it's a no-no, please. So he stopped. Anyway, so I come here. Sorry, I jumped from one place to another. So I come here with my bag. I'll open my bag. I'll take, in fact, here, this land is fertile. It's beautiful. It's filled with Mother Nature. It's lovely. There's nothing wrong with this land. So I'm thinking to you, I'm telling you what I do here, but there's nothing really I would do with this land. This land is perfect. All it needs is a beautiful keeper of this land to love its land, and so it can love it and can love you back. But just say, for argument's sake, I came here and it was really bad and I could feel it. I would attune to certain crystals in my bag, which would be the perfect crystals, and then what I would do is I would plant those crystals. I would start with the four corners of the land and plant one in every corner, and then go to the middle of the land and plant one in the middle, and then just simply walk around and feel. As you feel, you'll attune to higher vibration or lower vibration, or not at all. So as you walk around, you think, oh, this doesn't feel right here. Plant a crystal and feel the crystal that will work best. So depending on how you feel when you feel low is the crystal you will be choosing. Okay, so let's say I'm walking along, I start to feel nauseous and feeling sick. I would look for a crystal that would help with nausea and feeling sick. If I feel emotionally stressed or drained or anxious, I would choose a crystal for that and then plant it in that particular place. It's giving the Mother Earth a blessing with a new energy. Okay, once I've done that, and this is something that you've got to bear in mind, when I sage, go to my sage video and watch. That's, I think, the second most popular video on my channel, how to cleanse negative energy in your home. I would sage in exactly the same way, but the smoke will only clear the energy from the surface, and it's a very fast moment, so it might not work. Okay, now if it's in a home and it's trapped and the sage smoke is trapped in there, it works. So it's not 100% when you sage the land, but I do it anyway. And finally, the final thing that really works for me is the blessed water that I have and had for years. So I put it into a big bottle, a spray, and I just walk around, and every time I feel different energies, I'll spray on the floor so it lands on the floor. I'll walk around a few times, and then I'll sit and send my energy of love, which is called pure energy healing, onto the land. And then I speak to the land, and the land speaks to me. It tells me what it wants, what it needs for the future, and what I can do to help it. And that is like speaking to spirit. And that is the way I do blessings or cleansings on land. That's how I worked for many years, and it worked really well. And sometimes it was amazing when I could attune into one particular... I'll just wait till this wind dies down. Yeah, sometimes I'd walk around 5 acres, 10 acres of land and say, this is the place where you need to meditate, or this is the energy point where you can feel at the most power when you're meditating, or this point here is amazing for this reason. And you alone can do that in your own time when you're on the land, and your land will speak to you always. It's just a tune into that. I hope this video has helped a little bit. If you've got any questions, please do send them to info@markbajerski.com, and anything that relates to your journey in life now that you need help with, I'm going to try my best to help you and answer them via these videos that I'll put up. Also, please remember that this coming Monday at, I think it's 6 p.m. GMT, I'll be on Europe's most listened to independent radio show called the Richie Allen Radio Show. Within that 1.5 hour extended show, I will be sharing all my secrets, all my tips, everything that will help you along your journey right now of life. Cleansing, clearing, seeing energy, feeling energy, which crystal to use, and there's also going to be a 50 giveaway cleansing and healing pack to people on the show. Love you all. Have a great day. I'm doing my bit to help. I hope you are too. Stay strong, and remember, no one has the power over you. And I shall leave you here in peace just to look at this nature and feel it. Okay guys, love you all. Have a most beautiful day. All links below to anything that I use to help cleansing, like the sacred water, mist it's called, and crystals and all that. I'll put some links below, and you can have a look on my website markbajerski.com just for an interesting look at this store and see the tools that I've worked with for these 16 years. May just help you. Have a great day guys. Take care.